As a business owner, you have got to get yourself out there in front of people. It can be scary. We get it. We totally get it. But there are some tools, techniques that you can use in order to get yourself that confidence that you need in order to show up as the person you are meant to be. Baby, you're a star. And so today we're going to show you how to grow your visibility and to stand out on camera. I say us. It's really not going to be us. It's going to be Diane Forster, one of my dear, dear friends. And she has over 40 years in the industry. She worked for ABC television for 20 years, has helped so many people to not only get up in front of the camera, but to start their own shows. So if you have ever thought, like, I wonder if I could have my own show, you definitely want to stay tuned in for this today. Diane, I'm going to hand it on over to you, and I can't wait to hear what you have to share today. I've seen your presentations. I know what they're all about, but I know that there's something I'm going to learn today. So take out your pen and paper. Get ready to take some notes. Diane, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Lynda. I'm so excited to be here. Welcome, everybody. And Lynda's right. You actually are a star. And what I'm going to share with you today is the power of the television industry and why TV and why now and why you. So this is going to be your opportunity to learn a lot about the industry, but certain things about you that honestly, this presentation has the ability to change the trajectory of your life because you're going to be thinking differently. So let's go. All right. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is why TV. Well, people are watching TV more than ever. They watch TV 3 to 4 hours a day, where they only read about 16 hours a day. You can do it from home now, thanks to a little thing called the pandemic, that it changed the landscape of the television industry. We got used to seeing talent and celebrities sitting at their dining room tables and, kids in the background and dogs. And so it's much more acceptable and relatable now. Our consumers like that. It exponentially grows your authority and credibility when you have a TV show, because guess what? The media likes to work with media. So if you're trying to get out there and get on stages, on TV shows, on podcasts, when you are the media, your email rises to the top of their inbox. You own your own stage. So when you have your own platform, law of reciprocity means when you invite people on your show, they invite you on your show. And to prove that, Lynda Sunshine West was my very first guest on my TV show I have today. And that was back in 2018. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. But here I am today. Now I'm on her stage. And now you get to reach and help so many more people. And if you're in this audience, I know you're philanthropic, you're mission driven, and you really just want to help people with your message and your mission. So here's a little snapshot about me, who I am. Lynda touched on it. I reinvented about 11 years ago, maybe 12 years ago now. And since then, I've won a few awards for Top TV Host, America's Mindset Coach. I am now the founder of a television network. I not only have a show, but now I have a whole network. I started my entrepreneurial journey in inventing a kitchen product called the Spifter that got featured on QVC, where we sold out in 6 minutes. I did spend 20 years at ABC, where I sold over $100 million in ad sales. I personally, for myself, have produced over 200 episodes, and I created the Star TV Hosting Certification course that teaches you how to launch your own TV show as a vertical in your business. And so these are some of the brands and companies I've been able to work for and with over my time in my career. But it wasn't always like this, you guys. This was me back in 2011. I was living in Chicago. I was married. I was raising my twins, working at ABC, and what many would consider having a have-it-all life. And yet I was so miserable. And you could see it. Look at me. I don't even look like the same person there. I mean, I swear I look 20 years older than I am now in that photo. But I didn't tell anybody that it was going on. And so I kept up the front on the outside, and this is what was going on the inside. And every day I would wake up exhausted, and I would just hit the snooze button as long as I could before I had to jump in the shower and run to the train and robotically go through my unhappy life. And so it led to a suicide attempt in June of 2011. It was not premeditated. It was a regular Saturday. We were at a friend's house for a barbecue. It was the kickoff of summer. And when we got in the car to go home, the fighting started. And when I got home, I went up in the bathroom, locked the door, and took out 2 full bottles of prescription pain medication I had sitting in a drawer from a surgery I had the year before to remove part of my colon. The stress of my life was eating me alive from the inside out. And my mom died of colon cancer at the age of 53, and I was headed straight down that path. So while I was standing there in the bathroom, this force karate chopped my arm, knocked the pills to the floor, and a voice screamed in my ear, Diane, you are not ending your life this way. You need to go get help so you can tell your story and you can help others. And I threw my hands in the air and I said, well, you need to show me the way. So I cleaned up that mess, dried my tears, went out and kissed my kids goodnight. And the next day I reached out for help and I said, I am changing my life. And that's when it began, my transformation, my spiritual awakening. I started asking the really big questions. What is all this for? Why me? And started to discover things. And what happened to me is all my intuitive gifts that lay dormant my whole entire life, all of a sudden came flooding through me. And so I was seeing things and getting visualizations. I was writing so much. My God, I was channeling, I was journaling. I started meditation practice. I was writing music and poems and stories and ideas. So many things were coming through me. And one of those things was my idea for the spifter. It was a frustration in the kitchen one day making deviled eggs. When I went to sprinkle paprika on the deviled eggs, too much spice came out of the container and it ruined my dish in 1 second. And just like I heard that voice, I saw this vision in my mind of this sifting spoon that had a long handle and a tapping edge and tiny little sifting bowls that I could just dip it into the bag or the jar and then decorate my food, tap it and make it all look beautiful and clean. And so I could see it. So I went out looking for it, couldn't find it. And that same voice whispered in my ear, Diane, you need to create it. So out to dinner with friends a couple weeks later, I told a friend about it. And I said, I came up with this idea. Do you know anyone in the industry? And she did, introduced me to him. He tried desperately to talk me out of making this, ladies and gentlemen, I swear. And I just said, look, I just want to see where it goes. Well, where it led was to me getting a TV appearance on ABC with my prototype that was 1 minute. That led to me getting over 200 orders for a product I didn't even have. That led to me winning an innovation award at the International Houseware Show. That's where QVC found me. They came over, started ordering it. Then they invited me on air because it was selling so well. We sold out in 6 minutes. And that led to me meeting Kevin Harrington, who's the original shark on Shark Tank. So I'm showing you this slide to tell you 2 things. Number one, the only stupid idea is to not pursue an idea. You do not know where those ideas are going to take you. I could have never imagined that spoon led me to where I am today. And the other thing is TV changed my life not once, but twice. So the creativity kept coming. And I woke up one day with a poem in my head called I Have Today. And when I finished writing this, of the many things I had written, I knew this was different. I knew this is what God was talking about in the bathroom 2 years before. I could see, like I saw the spifter in my mind, I could see I Have Today Productions. And I instantly knew, oh, this is what this means. I'm supposed to help other women who don't know their self-worth, stuck in ho-hum hell lives, discover their true divinity, power, and purpose. And so I made a bold decision. My twins graduated high school 2 years after that, and I decided I was going to walk away from my life and go and pursue I Have Today and see what that would be like. So their last day of high school was my last day in corporate America. I got them graduated, got them off to college, sold my house and everything in it, and moved from Chicago to San Diego just to see where it goes. And this is where it led me. I got certified as a coach. I wrote my first book. I started speaking. I was coaching and things were going okay. But I started to realize life and mindset coaching is a really crowded space. How am I going to stand out? Ding, ding, ding. I heard the idea. Diane, you need to create a TV. So I did. So I had one show early on that I did 33 episodes to that nobody watched. But what a great experience it was. And then I launched I Have Today, which Lynda was my first guest. In 2020, I took that show to a network, and it quickly grew to one of the #1 shows, most minutes watched. It currently gets over 130,000 monthly views. And this TV show has changed my life. It has evolved. It has opened so many doors for me. I've met the most incredible people. It's grown my business exponentially. And we take that TV show, we pull the audio, and it's a #1 podcast ranked top 2% in the world. Same content, just repurposed. It's gotten me so many speaking opportunities, including a TEDx talk, which I didn't even need to apply for, and tons of national media. So this isn't to brag. This is to show you what's possible because I have a TV show. So last year, what we did is I launched a podcast, Be a TV Star Host, all about this. I'm talking about my STAR method and the way this is different. It's different than a podcast. It's different than YouTube. It's different than lives, and what makes it so different and unique, which I'll share. And then this year, I'm launching my book, Star Power, which is also talking about the STAR method. And so it's led to the creation of my television network, which is I Have Today TV. Look at all these gorgeous women. With the exception of me, none of those women had TV shows before. They all launched their TV shows in 3 to 6 months. 3 of them have already been picked up for syndication. One of the women already got a spot on American Dream TV, which airs on HGTV and the Travel Channel in that short of time. Ladies, your success is closer than you think. So I'm just like you. If this can happen to me and for me, this can happen for you. But you need to know this one thing. This is the most important thing you're going to get today. Your visibility is your responsibility. And it's the ones that put themselves out in a smart, strategic way that leverage their talent and their time are the ones that have the longevity and are going to survive. So let me share 3 secrets with you. Secret number 1 is this. You don't need TV experience to host your own show. You know, you may think that you do, but you don't. All you need is a proven system, structure, and marketing tool. And that's exactly what I teach you in the STAR method. It's step-by-step blueprint that helps you walk you through exactly what you need. You already have all the content you need, by the way. And then secret number 2 is TV hosting is the #1 fastest way to build credibility. And that's a big word. Social media is great and you need it, but that builds awareness. TV is the thing that builds your respect and credibility. Number 3 is you don't need a huge budget. That's another false belief. Gone are the days of the big Hollywood productions. Everything's changed so much. Technology is at our fingertips right now. And if you can turn on your computer, you can run a TV show. All right, here are the top 3 mistakes I see most hosts making. I'll share these with you right now. Number 1, they don't put a long-term strategy together. This is costing you millions of dollars. You are missing opportunities that are right in front of you. And if you're focused more on yourself than you are on your audience, that is a no-no. That's an immediate X in the media world, because all the media cares about are the eyeballs watching. So when I get people trying to get on my TV show and their email starts with, I this, I that, I'm a this, I'm a that, I've done that, I immediately delete it. They haven't watched my show. They don't know anything about my amazing audience that it took me years to build. And they're not there to serve my audience. They're there to serve themselves. So if you're doing this, you need to pivot that and change that around. And remember, it is always about the audience. Now, does this sound like you? Do you feel frustrated and disgusted that you keep putting so much of yourself out there with little response and little return? And do you see the amazing results you're getting for your clients and wish you could be helping more people? If this is a yes for you, write me in the chat. Yes, this is me. And are you tired of doing the same old networking events and social media marketing that's not producing results for you? I know that was my frustration. And do you ever feel overwhelmed because you feel like you should be further along? Like you're putting so much of yourself out there, but why aren't I further along? And are you done being the best kept secret because you know you are really good at what you do? So why aren't you bigger and more well known? And it leaves you feeling like this. Does anybody ever feel invisible? Right? Yep, in the chat, if that's you. So I'm going to share with you 5 proven ways to grow your visibility using the power of TV right now. You ready? Number 1, bravely be authentic. You need to be all of you, because if you're trying to be like somebody else, you are severely hurting your reputation. And let me ask you a question. Can you say who you are and what you do in 3 to 5 words? Because if you can't, That's a problem. We have the attention span of 2 to 3 seconds. You have to be able to capture somebody's attention. And if you're not well known, you're not going to be found. No one is searching for you by name. So don't name your shows your name. Please don't do that. But once you've identified all the things that make you you, to bravely be authentic, your skills, your expertise, your work, your message, your mission, all of that, your brand comes together in the most amazing, authentic way. And then you are this magnetic attractor for people. They find you. Number 2 is to create your own TV show. Now, people think, isn't TV dead? And what is TV anyway? TV is $1 trillion industry. And again, this is more important than ever for you to be really good on camera. And you need to have your own platform, especially in this day and age, especially with AI. You've got to have your own home base. Because once you have your TV show, the doors begin to open for you. Just like I said, new opportunities will happen for you. It's amazing. You get all the invitations, automatic authority and celebrity status. It is truly the best way to elevate you and your business. Next one is use your unique ability. You have to use this talent of yours. Now, you think you have to do all of these things, the branding, the marketing, the funnel building, the membership, masterminds. This is enough to make you nuts. You need to stop this madness and streamline your life. And who's been guilty of the spaghetti on the wall strategy? I know I have, thinking, oh my God, I got to do the Facebook post and Instagram and the LinkedIn and Twitters, and I got to write the articles and the blogs, and I got to create ebooks. I got to do the networking, all of this. Stop the insanity. There's a simpler way. The new way is the STAR method, where we build your unique ability list, all of those talents, the things you're so good at, the accomplishments. We discover your 5-star powers. From there, we create what is your core anchor. That's that 3 to 5 word thing that you are known for. And from there, we design your TV show. One smart, brilliant TV show replaces all of those other 16 things on that slide. They do the work for you. Isn't that amazing? Like, can you see how this might actually change your life? Now, the 4th thing is you got to leverage your time and talents. And that means you need to stop trying to be everywhere, because it's getting you nowhere. It's creating overwhelm. If you're sitting around thinking about what to post and wasting 20 minutes or an hour, you may as well not even do it. It's like throwing a drop of water in a windy day. Like, nobody's going to find it. Nobody's going to see it. When you have one smart strategic, oops, what happened here? Our slide moved. We are, hang on a minute.
You're good. Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, but you see my presenter view, right?
Oh, that I don't know what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave.
Okay, see if we can move me to the other screen. It's weird. All right, I'm going to keep going. While you're fussing around, I'll keep going, because it went back to the home screen, see? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see here. What's going on? Oh, yeah, we can see your notes. That's good.
Not only that, but it went back to the starting slide.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let's take it off. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to bring it back up. Actually, go ahead and fix it in the back behind the scenes.
Screen. Okay.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, there we go. Bring it back up. While we're doing that, I want to share. First of all, I want to ask: does anybody have a show in mind that they want to do? If you do, put it in the comments there. And I'm going to share with y'all that as Diane was talking right now, I went and bought my domain name for my show. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you all what my show is going to be. And this has been on my heart for 3 years.
Oh my God. I already got goosebumps. So what is it?
Well, I'm not going to tell you yet. You guys got to stick around here.
I got it. Okay. All right. Let's
bring your slides up, because I don't see them yet. So go ahead and bring them up.
What am I doing? Sharing my screen, right? Is that
share your screen. Yeah. So do you have a show in mind? And if you do, if you want to drop it in the comments, go ahead and do that. But if you have a show in mind, say yes, or put show or something like that, so we know. And I'm going to share with you after Diane's presentation the name of my show, and I'm going to invite anybody who is qualified, because there's a qualification to be on my show. I'm going to invite you to fill out the form that I already created while we're sitting here right now. I already did this right now. So I'm ready to bring my guests on board. And so, Diane, you having a hard time finding your slides?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Okay. So stick around because you may be qualified to be on my show. So Diane, I'm going to disappear and keep going.
And let me tell you, if you think this is good so far, wait, it's getting better. Okay. So now you want to leverage your time. Okay. Your TV show, that one TV show does all the work for you. Okay. So this is what it looks like. One brilliantly designed, authentic, engaging TV show creates omnipresence, which is you everywhere organically in the world, makes you the go-to expert, brings in clients, followers, and the media to you in less time and effort with more impact and income. Did you even know this was possible? All right. So the bottom line is this. I don't know any other way to do it. You could do other things, but this far and away has changed my life and changed the lives of so many other people. And number 5 is invest in mentoring. Stop struggling on your own. Get the help that you need. Don't say I can't afford it. I don't have the time. I'm telling you, our companies I have today, it is literally all you have. And the more time you waste, you're paying anyway. You're paying and suffering and trying to struggle and trying to figure it out. Work with somebody who takes out all the guesswork, fast tracks the success. You don't lose the time and money. In fact, you gain it and it makes your life easier. All right, now I want to show you something super cool. Now you got your core anchor, right? This is you, right? That powerful thing. Now, you know the mall, right? The mall has Macy's and Penny's and Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom, all the anchor stores, right? You have anchors too. Your TV show is your main marketing tool, right? And you have a website, social media, and search, Google search. When anybody finds anything about you, these are the places they go. So your show is going to lift you everywhere, okay? I'm at least 4, 5, 6 pages deep on Google because of my TV show and the way we leverage my TV show, okay? So here's the cool part. Now you get to repurpose it. That TV show, you pull the audio, it's your podcast. You transcribe it, it's books. It's your signature speeches. It's your coaching program. You're teaching what you teach anyway, but you're doing it in a different format. Isn't this so cool? Then it goes even further. All of these other things, blogs, articles, media appearances, interviews, trainings, products and programs, JV partnerships, events from 1 hour a week TV show. So it does all of this. Isn't this awesome? All right, now let me show you a couple of our amazing hosts. These are women that I trained. Sharon Lee Williams is 75 years young. She had an idea of what she wanted to do. She's a talented musician. She's had an amazing career, but she's had this calling to serve women who are raising out and outraised from foster care. That was her story. She wants to live and leave a legacy. So she didn't know how it was going to come together. She came to one of my events. She signed up, worked together. Her show is brilliant. Outraised Voices. She was trying so hard to get in with child services. Now they're contacting her. She just had a magazine article come out about her, and she's already been picked up for syndication. Here's Mary Axness, also in her 70s. No excuses, ladies. She didn't even have a dream to have a TV show. She was curious, and now she's taking all her work from her books and her years, and she's created a fantastic show, and she's running seminars and retreats that are selling out. Lisa Jones has a show, Women Winning the Game of Life. She writes sketches every day. So she puts her sketch into her leadership coaching, and she really helps bring in the fun and creativity and play back into it. And her 6-year-old daughter does the closing segment on her show. Her 6-year-old daughter and all her friends are now recording their own TV shows. Isn't that amazing? And then Catherine Coffer. Her show, her husband died tragically and suddenly 9 years ago. She went through an awful grief journey. She thought she would never come back to life. She studied as a minister and became an animal therapist and also in her real estate business. And she knew she wanted to do something. She just didn't know what it was. She was shy. She was scared, but she did it. And she's the one that got picked up by American Dream TV. So it changes your life so fast, or it can. Regina Martinelli, she's a mindset coach. She was charging $2,600 for her program. She upped her rates to $10,000. She got 2 clients at a cocktail party before her show even launched because she said she was a TV host. And then I'll leave you with Dr. Esther Graham, amazing certified master neurotransmitter transformational coach, and her show is Create Your Desired Life. It is amazing. She already had a good, successful business. She knew she wanted to, have a TV show. She knew I was the right person to work with. She's now doing other seminars and retreats and selling out, and she's actually on our leadership team. So there's only 3 things you need to become a star in your business. Are you ready for this? You need that core anchor. You need that strong personal brand. It's like your reputation on steroids. Think of your personal brand like a business outfit, right? Instead of, clothes, people are seeing you, remember you, and trust you. If you don't have a strong brand, then it's like a store with no sign. Nobody's going to know what to do with you or why they should care. Number 2, one smart strategic marketing tool, AKA a TV show. That's like your megaphone with your message, because when you have a strong personal brand, but nobody knows about you, your business is like a rock band with no audience. There's lots of talent there, but no one's there to cheer you on. The TV show is the ultimate marketing tool because it positions you as the go-to expert, builds your trust, and brings in your dream clients effortlessly. And number 3, you need a revenue model. You need a creator economy, ladies. You need to be able to take care of yourself in this day and age. And all of these things work together. Now, this is the way you get paid. And if you don't have a way to make money, you're just running an expensive hobby with the TV show. So imagine going to a vending machine and you want what's in there, but you don't have a place to put money in it. That's what people are doing with you. They can't buy what you have. You need this. And this is what makes you a star. When you have all 3, you are unstoppable. So it's like a rocket ship. You need that rocket fuel, which is your brand. You need the solid navigation system, which is your revenue model. And you need that launch pad, the TV show. They all work together. Now look at all these people, right? What makes you unique to them? All of these things. They don't own their content. You do. They're not in complete control. You are. You get to decide when to produce, what to produce, how to produce. You get to decide where to distribute your show. They don't have any of that. Your TV show is an asset that will make money for you for years to come. And we all start somewhere. You're already in the top 1% because you're in this room right now, and you're only going to get better once you start. And trust me, everyone feels nervous. I've done hundreds of shows. I can't even tell you how many media appearances and podcasts and interviews. I still get nervous. It's normal. That just lets you know you're alive. But you need to let go of your perfectionism because it doesn't exist. People actually love imperfection. I often leave mistakes in and bloopers and things like that because it makes me more relatable. And then it creates more engagement. People get to say, oh, did you know that you misspelled that word wrong? It's good. And then you'll grow your audience faster because they feel like they know you and can relate to you. You're like a friend to them. But you need to start because we all start somewhere, and you will not get better until you start. You can't know everything before you start. You have to start to know, if that makes sense. All right, here's some shocking statistics about this, that the OTT market, which is the over-the-top, the streaming world, the Netflix, the Hulus, the Rokus, that world, not traditional TV, this world is growing exponentially. It's anticipated to be $425 billion this year. Consumers want more authenticity. They are blocking the celebrity elite. They don't want that barrier anymore. They like ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Those are the new sheroes and heroes. And the existing model in Hollywood doesn't work anymore and is dying. There's a new way. All right, here are a couple of other amazing shows that we built for women. Awesome. And then this is what it looks like. This is the gauge. So you see the streaming part that's purple, that's 41%. That's where all the growth is, lady. That's where we need to be. Okay. So when you look on the right, you see how big YouTube is. Well, YouTube's that big because how big is their market? Their market is about 80% of it 18 to 24-year-olds who are gaming and binge watching videos. Okay. See the top, other streaming? That's where we want to focus. That is millions and millions and millions of people. Now, here are the real numbers of the daytime TV talk shows here in the United States. There they are ranked, women 35 to 64. You can see them right there. The ratings, the share, the viewers in thousands, that's what I want you to look at. My show, is beating 5 of the top 10 daytime TV talk shows. Ladies, your success is closer than you think. Now, in all transparency, I run a weekly show. They run a daily show. But the point is, the numbers are here. The audience is looking for you. The more high quality TV shows you produce, the richer you're going to get. So it's time to get off that hamster wheel. All right. So I want to present an opportunity for you that now is the time to discover the future of TV for you and your opportunity to become a TV star. Okay. And let me know, have you enjoyed this so far? Are you guys getting a lot of value out of this? All right. Well, I'm going to share this with you right now. I am hosting an event. A transformation is happening right now in the world. And are you ready? For years, TV was reserved for the big networks, celebrities, and high budget productions. Not anymore. The media and entertainment industry has evolved and is evolving. And your stories and brands are the new celebrities. Entrepreneurs are becoming the experts. Experts are becoming the media. And authenticity is the new currency of influence. So you can do this too. So you're probably thinking, well, is this really possible for me? And maybe you thought, I don't have the experience. I need a big audience. TV's only for celebrities. That's not true. That is not true. The audiences want real, authentic, relatable idols and experts. Biggest names in the industry today started just like you. They didn't wait for permission. They created their own platforms. So if you want to learn how to do this, and I'll be showing you at this event, then you'll have the power to expand your influence, monetize your expertise, and become the go-to expert. That's what you need. You need to be in your own category by yourself, not with the masses. I say you want to be the goldfish in the ocean or the whale in the lake. Well, goldfish in the ocean would live for seconds, if not minutes. And there's only unique whales that can survive in lake water. You want to be the whale in the lake. All right. TV is the ultimate platform for your authority. Okay. I'm talking too fast. My brain's going too fast. And now for the first time ever, you have the opportunity to step into that spotlight, ladies. This is your chance. You don't have to wait for permission, without needing a massive audience, and without expensive production costs. It is the Unlock the Power of TV one-day event. Okay. So at this event, guess what we're going to do? We're going to design your show concept that's perfectly aligned with your brand, that it not only reflects your expertise, but also attracts the right audience and positions you as the industry leader. This will be a huge lead generator for you. You're going to learn the STAR method framework, which has been endorsed by the Columbia School of Broadcasting. I'm writing a book about it. It's been incredible. It's already been trademarked. Learn the proven systems that make TV hosts unforgettable, allowing you to command attention, build credibility, and grow your influence effortlessly. And then while your story and expertise are the foundation for your show's success. So you're going to discover that unique story that makes it the asset, and you'll discover how to leverage it to connect, engage, and inspire your audience. And this is what we're doing. At the one-day event, we're doing all three of these, ladies. We're going to nail that core anchor. We're going to design the framework for your TV show, and we're going to build your revenue model. So you leave there with an action plan that you can go and launch. And it's not just about learning, it's transformation. We're actually doing it. I've got a beautiful guidebook all ready for you, and you're going to walk away with those things that I just mentioned. All right. So this is your chance to do it. It's only $47. It has a money back guarantee on it. If you don't like it, then you're going to get your money back. And it's your time to shift. Will you be left behind? So like I said, it's $47, but because you're part of Lynda's community today, it's free. We love free. Okay. So actually don't use this barcode. I don't know if it works. You got to use the link here. And I know Lynda's dropping it for you right now. Now, what you need to do, ladies, is, and gentlemen, I don't know if there's men here as well, is you need to fill it out and put in your credit card information. That's the only way our system works. But as soon as you put the code Sunshine in, use that code, it'll zero out the dollars. It'll go to $0. Simple. Okay. So there's never been a better time and opportunity like this right now. Your time is today. So there it is again. All right. So I am complete, and I am going to stop sharing my screen. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that amazing information. And like I said, like I jumped right on it. I'm one of those, okay, I am a domain hoarder, I think it's called. So I immediately bought the domain name and I'm ready to rock and roll. So I created a forum for it for people to sign up and express their interest in wanting to be on the show. But I did have a question. So I wrote in the chat, how do I know if people will be interested in my show? Because I think this could be a common question that people might have about that. So how do I know? How do I do that research to find out?
Interested in how? Carrying it or being on it?
Watching it.
Oh, watching your show. Well, I mean, first of all, you can survey your market. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do. I'm launching a show. It's going to be about this. What are your thoughts about it? When you come to my event, you're going to learn how to build out your show and build out the run of show so that what it's going to entail, what it's going to cover are the aspects of you. And what most people get wrong, another thing, and I'll add a bonus on here, is most people are running interviews. That's what they're doing. Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today. All right, today I have Lynda Sunshine West in the studio with me today, and she's going to talk all about her business, Action Takers. And she's going to tell you, I've given all my power to you. That's not what a TV show is. That's not what it is. It's okay for podcasts for people who are well known. Mel Robbins can do that. Lewis Howes can do that. Not you. You're giving away your power. So you want to bring the stories on. The stories are great. They're interesting. But where are you building the relationship with your own audience? That's what's missing. So that's the part that you need to put into the show first.
Interesting. Okay. I hadn't thought of it from that perspective. So thank you for that. Because these webinars that I do that, right? It's the webinar is totally 100% about you and the message that you're sharing, because I want the viewers to be able to learn from my guests. And so that's what this show is all about. But this is not a TV show. This is a webinar. Right. So thank you for that. And so I'll share with you my idea, and I'm not asking for like validation or anything. I'll do my own research on this, but domestic violence is something that is worldwide. And there are a lot of people that are in domestic violence situations right now today that would like to get out, but they don't know how, or they haven't been inspired. They haven't heard from the right person. So a couple years ago, I came up with this idea to come up with the domestic violence awareness telethon, where we would raise money for domestic violence shelters, people who help people out of domestic violence situations. So anyway, I just now created the Domestic Violence Awareness Show. And if you go to domesticviolenceawarenessshow.tv, you'll be directed to a form where you express interest in wanting to be part of that show. So I don't know if it's going to be of interest, but I had, when I talked about the telethon a couple of years ago, I had about, I think I got over 100 people that said, I'd like to be part of that. And I only shared it one time. So I'm thinking that will be good. But that's one thing I have to find out. I guess I can hop on a call with you and find out what you think.
Well, I'll tell you straight away. I just coached a woman through my academy, and same thing. And she's a beautiful actress in Hollywood, and is a psychologist and a professor, and has done a lot of things, and has been a victim and deals a lot with this, and is very passionate about it. Her show is about this too, by the way, but she does it from the perspective of domestic violence in Hollywood and all the movies about it. So it's a breakdown of those movies, talking about some of the scenarios, has resources in it. So it is a relevant topic, and it is important. And so part of what we do at I Have Today is we're mission driven. All of our shows are educational, informational, inspirational, and entertaining. Right? So because a TV experience is different than any other experience out there. Most media is a lean in, scroll. TV's a lean back. So they're taking it in, right? So you could do so many things with this, Lynda. Now you could do limited series. You could do, yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Well, it's interesting because you mentioned that, like the interview aspect. What immediately came to mind was, Oprah Winfrey, extremely relevant, her show. And it really was, I don't know if there's shows on anymore, but, it really was about, bringing people on and interviewing them, about topics like that. So interesting that that's not,
well, so that's how she started. So this is so great that you're doing this, because I'll give you the two comparisons. Okay. When she started back in 84, 86, whenever it was, the only other person out there was Phil Donahue, who's the only one. And, her team were bringing on guests, and there was a lot of sensationalism, right? And it was after she had the Ku Klux Klan on that she said, no more of this. We're not doing this. We're changing this and pivoting this to be more intentional. Then she started putting more of herself in. She started the book club. She started bringing in other experts. And yes, it was an interview because that was so relevant at the time. But you compare her show to Ellen DeGeneres, who came out, did a monologue. She's a stand-up comedian. That's who she is. She'd dance up and down the aisles because she loves to dance. She'd get in her chair and sit in a fun way, and she'd riff with Twitch, God rest his soul, because they're buddies. They would love to do that. Then she'd have the guest on, big name guest, right? But then she always did pranks and played games because she's a prankster and likes to play games. And she always ended it with a give back because she's very philanthropic. That whole show was her. Her whole show was very different, and it was all her. So that's what I'm saying. When you're thinking about producing something for yourself, it's my show. My show, we start with, I start out with an intention statement. We have the intention statement and a theme for the day. And it's always around that. The guest has to be in alignment with it because we don't let anybody on our show. And then there's always some other special segments. I'll do a Mentor Me Minute or Word of the Week or something like that. And we end every episode with a mantra meditation. That's the structure and the format of my show. So it's making your show unique to you. But this is what I'm saying. Every one of these, wait, you can still see my screen if I do this, right? You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All these women on our television network, none of these women had TV shows except for me, like less than a year ago, literally. And then all of them are different. Every single one of them is different. Every single one of them has a different reason, but the format and the method that I teach works the same. So that's the part that you need to have and you need to know. So I haven't come across a person that I haven't been able to design a show for. I just haven't. So it may not be like a long running series forever. It may be a short, maybe 12 episode or something like that. But you putting your work onto TV is the smartest thing you could do. Yeah.
So what's interesting for me is that, again, this has been on my heart for a couple of years. And, the work I do has nothing to do with domestic violence, but I myself am a domestic violence survivor and, or thriver. I'm a thriver. And I love to it's all about stories, right? As a book publisher, it's all about the stories. And so that's why this is really on my heart, because I believe that I'm connected to so many people who have been through domestic violence situations and are now, on the other side of it, and they have a message to share. And so for me, that's why it really moves me. And I feel like I'm being pulled to this, kind of like, when you had those pills in your hand, something knocked them out of your hand. That's how I feel about this. I feel so strongly about it. And I know I'll do something with it, and I'll hop on a call with you to talk about it a little bit more.
Happy to.
Yeah. So for those who are here with us, still today, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Again, you'll hear the link. I dropped it in the comments where you can go in order to be on the show, to join the free, Unlock the Power of TV. Again, you have to enter the code Sunshine in order to get it for free. Now, Suzanne says, I can't do it on Friday. Do you have another event that I can attend instead of Friday?
I don't, Suzanne.
Is it going to be recorded for those who sign up?
I don't record live events. I do webinars and I do replays for that, but you really have to be in the energy. You won't get it as a recording. It won't, it doesn't have the same effect. So part of that is just to keep it, as authentic as we can. But, well, that's a shame, Suzanne. I'd really, here's what I would say. Lynda's getting another free gift of mine, my 7 secrets to become a TV host,
Mm-hmm.
definitely register for that. That way you're on my list. And that way, when we do events in the future, by all means, you'll be alerted for it. So,
yeah, that's definitely the way to go. tvstarhost.com/secrets, tvstarhost.com/secrets. Go sign up over there and you get that information. So I wrote down another note. Oh, how do you help people come up with a name? So for me, I came up with a name and that's just like, that's the name I'm going to use, and I'm very confident in that name because it's exactly what it's going to be about. But how do you help people to come up with a name that's going to attract viewers? Is that what you look for? Is it a name that's going to attract viewers? Is like, how do you decide on a name?
We come up with what's really going to be great for SEO. So it's a combination of a few things that we're doing. That first part of the day is going to be, in the STAR method strategy. So that part is the most important part that takes a few steps to get there. So it's never cute. It's never clever. It's clear but it's accurate. So a lot of people want that, they do cutesy things. Guess what? No one's searching that. But domestic violence abuse awareness. Is that what you said? Say it again.
Domestic violence awareness. Yeah.
Okay. Those are very high searched words. So the fact that you got that is genius. Whether you use it or not, it may be a tagline, it may not be the main name, how to survive and how to go from surviving to thriving, domestic, awareness. You know what I'm saying? So there's different layers of all of this. It's fun to build it. It's really fun to build it. And when you nail it, oh my God, when they start nailing them and the things start coming together, it's incredible. It's really fun.
Can you share with us, because you shared the pictures of the ladies, if you want to pull that back up again too, the picture of the different shows that you are hosting, and I'm not sure, is it called hosting? Is that what that is?
Yeah, they have their own shows. They host their own TV shows. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so with the ladies here, can you share with us how many of them, if you know the answer to this, how many of them had zero media experience, like doing a show or what have you?
The only one who had experience, you see where I am in the middle at the top?
Yeah.
Right below is Sharon Lee Williams, Outraised Voices. She's the only one who had experience in the answer. She's a musician. Nobody else did.
Okay.
Yep. None of them.
Okay. So when they came to you, then you had to, like, the training then started from ground zero with them.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's why I said in the presentation, the secret is you don't need experience. That's right. Like I have all this experience in this industry, but I was never in front of the camera. I was around TV and media. I was, I worked at ABC where Oprah started. I was in that studio a bajillion times, and I was just around it and knew that I know the television industry from the back end. So that's how I knew, this is big. This is an opportunity because there's all these channels, for lack of a better word, channels now available looking for content.
Yeah.
And what's happening is the erosion of regular mainstream media means these advertisers are going to have all these dollars to move. Like if my show's beating 5 of the top 10 daytime TV talk shows and advertisers are spending millions and millions and millions of dollars there, where do you think that money is going to eventually flow? Right. So you don't need the quote unquote training. All of you are already stars. You are 100% already stars. You just need a little pressure and a little shining to bring it out. Your star quality just needs to be, revealed. So
yeah, I think like one of your slides there, you mentioned about authenticity, and as long as you are authentic, you can have a show. You show up because people know who fake people are, and that does not attract people. It might keep people interested for a week or two, maybe 3 weeks or what have you, but they'll drop off because they're like, this does not really resonate with me if you're not being authentic. And so showing up as your authentic self is a piece definitely of the puzzle here, to make sure that your show is something that's going to be of interest to people. So I did see that Jacqueline Ryan, she helps people with senior situations and senior care situations. She has a book out there called Caregiver Scare Taker. I think that's the title, right, Jacqueline? Caregiver Scare Taker, because there was a situation that she went through. So you can read about that in her book. But it's really an interesting topic because senior care, how do you see, Diane, just like totally random, what I just shared with you just a little bit, about senior care situations. Do you see that like a type of show that she might be able to
100%
run with that?
100%. So most of we target, anybody can have a show, but for instance, our television network is a network of women for women and women over 40. So that is such an issue. And think about the generation who it's really affecting. It's the children of the seniors that it's affecting. It's creating awareness. You definitely can do that. If Sharon Lee Williams can do a show about foster care and raising out and outraised and all the challenges that come up and how to give them hope and give them a voice, and you must do this, Jacqueline. It's like your duty and responsibility to reach as large an audience as possible. So yes, 100% yes.
And she says, people pick my brain all the time. So,
well, you need to have them stop doing that. Here's what happens. Now your TV show, here's the way it goes. You're now a TV host, right? When I started this, and maybe you remember this, Lynda, I was doing mantra meditations for, mindset work, because I was a mindset coach for a long time before I pivoted 100% to this. And I started charging $97 for those. They would take me hours and hours to do. Have phenomenal results for my clients. And once I started having the show, and once the shows really started taking off, it's now $5,000 for me to do that. Same thing. It's $5,000. And you can't let people pick your brain. And your TV show will now put you in a new level, and people will be less apt to tap into your brain, and make yourself, feel like you're not as available. You've just up-leveled, like Regina going from $2,600 to $10,000. She was giving women the freedom they were seeking their entire lifetime in about 3 months. I was like, that is invaluable. So,
right. Yes. Yeah. And then you can also direct them to your show. Hey, go watch my show. I have an episode.
Oh, I talk all about that on my show. That's what I say to people. Go watch my podcast. I talk all about it. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I love it. Well, I'm curious as a book publisher.
Suzanne signed up.
Awesome. Yay!
You know what? That way to be an action taker and move things, because I always say, unless you're having surgery or you have to care for somebody, everything's movable. Like, take the day out of your life to work on your life and your business. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. Awesome. Can't wait to see you there. Yeah. And so, as a book publisher, so let's talk about topics that may not be something that's, maybe life shifting. I don't know. Maybe it is, but book publishing. So do you see that I might be able to have a show that's related to books somehow?
100%. There's nothing that you all are doing that isn't weavable into your show. It's just creating it. Of course you do. I do that. I weave in mindset stuff and other things into my show. I weave my life into my show, talk about my kids. I talk about my triumphs and tragedies. I do all of that in there because it's who you are, Lynda. That's who you are. You're passionate now about domestic violence, and you want to be an advocate and a goddess and a warrior for this. And your business is publishing because the power of stories. So there's a beautiful synergy there of you want the ones who are suffering from domestic violence to actually share their stories. There is no shame in it. There's no guilt. There's resources. So if you become the home for it, and this is what I said to Sharon Lee, I go, You're the mother of all these foster girls that you're so passionate. You're their mother. You're the role model for them to get, right? So it's just pulling all of these things together. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, my brain is spinning.
I know.
In great ways.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And, thank you so much for this. I really enjoyed the presentation, what you had to share with us. And I look forward to, being there at the event as well. Also, if you're not able to be at Diane's event, please go to tvstarhost.com/secrets and 7 secrets to become a TV star host. And then you'll be notified of any other events that she has coming up. And again, unlock the power of TV. It's a one-day event. Go to that link there. I mean, it's a big, long link, but enter the code Sunshine in order to attend the event for free. Otherwise, it's about $50 if you don't enter the code. So if you want to pay Diane the $50 or whatever, go ahead and don't enter the code Sunshine. But if you want it for free, go enter that code Sunshine. Diane, what's the last piece of advice you'd like to give, to anybody here who's watching and they're like, I'm not really sure if what I have is something that would be of interest to people. What do you want to share with them?
That if you are remotely curious, even just a little bit, you need to do this, because you won't know if you don't go. You won't, and that your visibility is your responsibility. And if there was a way can I just show these ladies again how fast their lives changed? This could be something for you. Oh, sorry, flipped to me. This could be that one thing that could change your life forever. You won't know if you don't go. So listen to your heart, not your head. Your head's going to go, I got a million things to do. I can't take a day. Your heart and soul are going to guide you and go, you need to go and do this. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I have one last question before we go. This is like a selfish question. Okay, so I'll give an example. Domestic violence awareness month is October. And so every October is the awareness month. And you mentioned earlier, you said maybe you just do a limited series, like 12 episodes or what have you. What if I were to do 31 episodes, one each day? Is that something that's possible to do?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I'm just not sure how the networks work, and all that stuff.
If that's what you want to do, it depends on where you're going to stream it. Okay. It could also be, we can talk about this at the event, but it also obviously can be repurposed. So I would want to talk to you about how to design that in a way to get a lot of leverage out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're going to go through the process of producing 31 episodes, we need strategy behind that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I need strategy behind everything I do.
Well, we all do. We all, I'm a big leaper too, but I definitely sit back and do strategy. I will spend 55 minutes of the hour thinking and then act, because that's where the clarity comes.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Diane, for your presentation and sharing this information with our viewers. And look forward to seeing how many of you have your own shows. And if you're looking for a guest, reach out to me, because I'm always open to being a guest on somebody's show, as well as Diane. So again, thanks, Diane. Appreciate you and everything that you do.
Thank you, Lynda, for having me. Great to see you. Take care.
You too. Bye. You too. So let's hear from one of our authors, Amy, the experience that she had working with Action Takers Publishing. If you're ready to share your story with the world, reach out to us at actiontakerspublishing.com. Thanks for being here. Truly appreciate every single one of you.
You took the overwhelm out of the whole entire process. You said you set the guidelines, you said how many words to have. And it's like, once I sat down and started typing, it just all came out so quickly and so easily. And I loved it. And I had fear to write. And I know about that. I know about that blockage within myself, but it just was so amazing how easy the process was working with Action Takers Publishing.